improving the appearance of your portfolio. When we started this, we gave you a very generic template to work with, and our hope is that you will individualize this and personalize it so it fits your project and it fits you. Obviously, this lovely gray and white isn't personalized at all, so I'm going to quickly show you how to make changes to this so you can improve the appearance, again, to fit your needs. So first of all, when you're in your portfolio, you're going to go to the upper right hand corner to the word More, and when you click on that and hold it down, when you scroll down, you're going to find the words Manage Site. You're going to click that. Manage Site opens up, but what we really want is along the left-hand side are some choices, and we're actually going to scroll down a little bit so we can see the bottom of this Manage Site. The very last thing on here says Themes, and if you click on that, there are some built-in themes for Google Sites. You are very welcome to use these if you like these. A lot of students decide that these are okay and they may use them, but they're pretty generic, and when you see how limited the choices are, then they feel like theirs looks like somebody else's. And so again, feel free to use these if you want to, but I'm going to show you again ways that you can personalize these to fit your own needs. So one thing you can do is build your own custom theme, or that's very similar to going to colors and fonts as well. So I'm going to click on this colors and fonts, and what you can look at, and this is just a matter of playing trial and error, this column shows you all of the different things that you can change. So first of all, there are things about the entire page, there are things about the header, the content area. Now the content area, if I show you that, would be this middle portion on here. If you have content area gadgets that you added, we haven't really talked about gadgets too much, but sidebar, the sidebar is along the left-hand side, which would be this part here. The navigation are your links, and you can choose if you like. We have the links put along the left-hand side here, but if you would like to add a horizontal navigation, which means the links would be across the top, you can do that. And if you want to learn how to do that, you can come and see Mrs. Sylvie, and she can work with you on changing the navigation to have it across the top instead of going along the side. So you can see there's lots of different things to play with on here and experiment, things like that. So I'm going to start by going to the page background image, because that's something that people like to do and they think it's kind of fun. So I'm going to choose the page background image, and I'm going to make it custom. I'm going to add a file. I want to do some of these things on purpose. Some of you are going to know that this shouldn't be this way, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. So I have a picture of a sunset that I'm going to add in here. If I scroll down a little bit, you can see what this looks like behind here. And a couple of things, it's a little bit hard to see. I'm going to play around with it a little more so you can tell. First of all, the picture that I had was fairly small, so that it repeated the picture over and over and over again. And if I were going to leave it like this, that isn't the end of the world, but you may want to be looking for a better image for this. But I just want to play a little more to show you some things that don't really want you to do on this. So I'm going to go to the content and change the content part of it, and again I'm going to go to custom, add file, and I think, oh, I really like that picture that I had, so I'm going to throw that on there too and see what happens when I throw that picture on there. So now you can really see what this small picture does and how it repeats itself and those kinds of things. So again, probably not a good choice, but what I really wanted to show you on here is that some people get carried away with the pictures, so then you can no longer read the text. So please make sure when you are adding images that you do it to enhance your portfolio and not take away from your portfolio. So maybe what you want to do instead is on parts where you want to be able to see the picture, great, around the edges don't have any words there, but on parts where you have writing, maybe you want to stick to a instead of a image, so I'm going to remove that image from there, and maybe you want to do a color of some sort instead. I'm going to try to find something that blends in fairly well with our background. So this becomes very easy to read, and now if I were to go and modify a little more of this, maybe go to the sidebar and play around with the sidebar background color as well and change that. Okay, and I could adjust this, and maybe what I would do is figure out how to get this background here to match my picture in here. But couple things I'm trying to get across here. First of all, you can make many changes to all of these different things on here, but when you do, please make sure it's readable. So don't choose pictures that are going to make the text really hard to read. That takes away from the professionalism. But again, experiment, change fonts, change sizes, all of those kinds of things to fit you and to fit your project, but make sure it looks professional. It's very easy for people to read. Have fun. I'm anxious to see what you come up with.